You are a SolidWorks user who has quite good skills in 3D modeling, and you have also been working professionally for quite some time, but still you are spending more time and effort to make a simple 3D model. Why is that? It is because you do not use shortcut to use commands, and you do not use the specified tools for generating a specific feature. So now you might be thinking, how do you use shortcuts and specified tools? In this video, I am going to give you such tips that after learning them, you will become capable of working 5 times faster. While working in SolidWorks, there are many commands that we use most of the time. So instead of manually selecting those commands, if we select them using keyboard shortcuts, it will save time and also increase working efficiency. To assign a keyboard shortcut, we have to select the customize option. Inside that, go to keyboard and search for the command for which we want to assign a key. Then bring the mouse cursor over that command and press the key you want to assign. After this, press OK. Now whenever you press the shortcut key on the keyboard after completing a sketch, that command will automatically be selected and applied. Sometimes in SolidWorks, we have to take multiple copies of a specific solid body over a curvature. For that, we normally use the move copy body command, in which our time is also wasted and the results are not accurate. So instead of using this command, we have the curve driven pattern option inside features. Now how to use it? For that, you have to start sketching on this face. After that, you have to left click on this edge and choose the select tangency option. After this, select the offset entity command and apply such a distance that this edge or sketch is placed inside the center. So we'll reverse the distance and click OK. Now after that, we have to left click on the sketch, select chain command and select the whole sketch and search for the fit spline command. We will keep the tolerance at 0.01, and if the close spline option is checked here, then uncheck it. After this, click OK. Close the sketch and search for the curve driven pattern command in the pattern. Now we'll use this sketch for the direction, and we have the bodies option here. We'll check it, select the solid body and reverse the direction. And from here, if you want to change the number of instances, we can change it. After this, we'll click OK. So in this way, we can successfully take multiple bodies of a solid body over this kind of curvature. Similarly, sometimes we get this kind of shape where we cannot copy a specific solid using a circular or linear pattern. So out of compulsion, we have to use the move copy body command to place a solid at multiple locations, which is time consuming, also does not give accurate results. So in this kind of situation, SolidWorks provides us the option to use sketch driven pattern and complete our work. In sketch driven pattern, we first have to place points, and on those points we can automatically place our solid body. First, we have to start sketching on the face on which we want to do the pattern. After that, we have to place the points. Remember that you can also fully define these points with dimensions. After this, you have to exit the sketch and go to features and use the sketch driven pattern option. Now after checking the bodies option, you select the solid body that you want to pattern and click OK. Then your solid is successfully patterned. Suppose you want to revolve this sketch, but you want to write the dimension in diametric form. In this situation, when you try to write the dimension in diametric form, you cannot do it. You only have the option to write the dimension in radius form. Now to write the dimension in diametric form, you simply have to select a line and place a line vertically like this and convert it into construction geometry. Select this smart dimension And now if you want to write the dimension in diametric form, then move your mouse cursor a little towards the left position and you will get the option to write the dimension in diameter. Now you can revolve it easily. Suppose you have to create a plane between these two planes, that is between the front plane and right plane. Normally what we do is first we create an axis and after that we select the plane command. In the first reference we select a plane and while holding Ctrl we select the axis, and after selecting the angle option here we give an angle of 45 degrees. So this is how we can generate a plane, but it takes a lot of time. So I will tell you a shortcut method to create a plane between these two planes. For that, hold Ctrl and select this plane and also this plane. See, a new plane has been created right between these two planes. If you want to flip its side, then from here you will do flip side and successfully your third plane will be generated here. Suppose we have to delete this portion of the solid body. Normally in this case it's very easy to delete it with the help of a sketch, which we can do like this. We will generate a sketch on this face, extrude it, and with the help of a cut we can simply delete the unwanted inner part. But this case is very simple. But if we do not have the option to delete any unwanted part with a simple extrude cut, then there is a very special SolidWorks tool in direct editing. We have delete face. Here you have to use this option. How to do it? First you have to select the delete and patch option, and in selection you have to select this face and click OK button. Then your unwanted part will be successfully deleted. Sometimes while doing mold design we have to insert one part inside another specific part. How to do it? First we have to open the insert menu and from here choose the part option. Select the part that we want to insert, and after selecting that part from open documents, place it in our graphics area. Now I want to locate this part inside this part. So for that I will have to take help of move copy body. After selecting the move copy body command, we have to select this part, come to constraints and match this face of this part with this face. You can press the left click of the mouse and also click on add. Now we will apply a new constraints in which we will have select this face and this face. Press the left click of the mouse and along with this, by selecting this face and this face, we can click add. So in this way you have successfully inserted the part and also located it. Sometimes while doing mold design we need to split a specific cavity plate or punch plate. Splitting in SolidWorks is very easy. For that you have to start a sketch on a specific face, and on the portion you want to split you draw a sketch like this. After that you exit the sketch and search for the split command. In trim tools you select the sketch through which you want to convert the solid, that is split the solid. After that, after clicking on cut bodies, you turn on these both options and click OK. So see, your solid has been successfully split into two parts.